Hi, this is Brant from TradeGuild.blogspot.com, and it's Saturday night about actually Sunday morning about 1:30 in the morning, and I don't know what it is with me, but these late night videos are just my thing. So anyway, I got a question on the tag board today about the laggard strategy that I've been posting over the last month and a half. On the right side of the blog, down below the tag board, is a section called Resources and Concepts, and I have a whole bunch of posts there that I think are useful and some videos, and I have one on the laggard strategy if you want to go back and review, because I had a certain way of sorting stocks that in industry groups in that video that I think you might find interesting. I'm going to show you another way of sorting it, and we're going to address the laggard issue. The question that I got from Chilobes, I love that name by the way, on the tag board tonight or today, was how do you differentiate between a laggard that is a laggard because it's a crappy company and a laggard that is a stock that has potential and it's just lagging behind the industry group. See, the theory here is that we're looking for industry groups that have positive momentum, and the bigger names, the bigger companies are generally going to move that group. The smaller names are not going to move the group, they're going to lag behind. And as the bigger groups move, interest and money will flow down looking for the bargains in the lower priced or the thinner traded issues or the smaller companies, basically. That's the idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to change our watch list to the industry groups. Now, I have all my watch list information off to the left side of the chart, and you can't see that because if I include it, the video is just going to be way too small. So there's lots of information. I have all kinds of fundamental data and industry rankings and all that. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to look for a change of momentum within the last month. Like last month in October, biotechs were hot. Now in November, energy seems to be picking up. So we're going to just do a little scan real quick. This is a custom sort, and I'm going to choose a time period. I just did that. And basically we're going to go, I'm going to fine tune it here, from October 10th to November 10th. And what I'm going to look at is the percent change. That's what I'm looking for. So it's going to sort 230 items on the fly. It's done. And I'm going to go to the top of my list. And now what I'm going to look for is a group that has something interesting going on, whether it be an all-time new high, a breakout from a base, a breakout from a consolidation zone, big volume. And silver comes up. This is the biggest move, 22% in the last 30 days or month. And non-metallic mineral mining, which I mentioned recently within the last week or so, that's breaking down in the last couple of days here on heavy volume, so we're going to skip that. Music and video stores, that's not volatility that I'm looking for, so I'm going to move on. Major airlines has had a nice little move, but I think you're not going to find many laggards in major airlines. Gold stocks, but again, there's just not that kind of breakout that I'm looking for here. Copper up 11%. Broadcasting radio. Now here's something interesting. Broadcasting radio, and here's why it's interesting. I see this nice volume. I see a breakout over here. So let's take a closer look at what's going on with broadcasting radio. Okay, we have a nice downtrend. Let's go ahead and draw a trend line in here on that downtrend. Let's say it's that. Let's zoom in a little bit because I have a feeling this is going to be a little wacky. Okay, so we had a little downtrend going on here, and it looks like it's flattened out into a base, broke out of that downtrend, and now we have a nice move up. Actually, I think we can see even a different downtrend here if we draw it in this way. There we go. So here's a more recent downtrend, or a possible base forming in here, because I see nice volume there. I see nice volume there. Pretty much on all the up days, the volume has been pretty big, or on the big volume days, it's been up, I should rather say. And we have one stinker right there, but overall it looks pretty good. Let's take a look and see what else we can find here. I'm going to look at MACD. Let's take a look at a 5-day chart, 3-day chart. Here we go. Okay, so here's a 3-day chart of MACD, and immediately it jumps right out at me. I see a low here, right? Big low here in MACD, a lower low in price, a shallower low in MACD, the final low over here, and we have a positive reading in MACD. That's 1, 2, 3. That's a divergence in MACD. It signals a possible turnaround. So I like what I'm seeing so far in broadcasting radio. If we take a look at the money indicators, money stream and balance power and TSV, what I see immediately is let's zoom out a little bit. I see a really nice profile in money stream. It actually looks like it's positively divergent. So we have a nice high here in money stream. TSV has broken out, making a nice high. So all in all, broadcasting radio looks like something that's kind of interesting. So now we're going to look for a laggard within this industry. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the watch list to the sub-industry components. I'm not going to recalculate yet. And basically now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run another scan, okay? Same time period. And let me just fine tune that. The 10th to the 10th. This time though, I'm going to see what the percentage change was versus the sub-industry, okay? So it recalculated those items. There are 20 in the watch list. And I hit the home key. And basically what I have first is RC is the symbol. It's up 31.55%. So what I'm looking at first is the better looking or the biggest moving stocks in that group. What I'm going to do is flip this upside down, and we're going to start with the stinkers, the laggards, I should say. And what I'm going to do is zip through them. I'm looking for something, a breakout from a base, interesting volume, something. Okay, so these are thinly traded issues right here. 4,400 shares a day. We don't want to trade. There's nothing there. This is okay. You can move on. WRSP, I might flag that. Okay, and we can come back and look at that if I need to. BBGI, here's a nice looking base, but it's only trading 10,000 shares, so we're not going to look at that. Nothing there. Sirius Satellite Radio, this looks kind of interesting. Immediately what jumps out to me is these green volume days that I'm seeing, and there's quite a few of them. Also, I see a downtrend here. I see a forming of a base. Let's take a closer look at that. I get some trend lines going here for us. All right, this is kind of reminiscent, the same kind of trend line that we saw in the industry group. Okay, so this is lagging behind a little bit, only about 4% behind the industry group, but still, it's a laggard to some degree. And if we just compare it real quick to the industry group, you'll see what I'm talking about. The industry group has broken out above its May and July highs, whereas Sirius Satellite Radio has not done that yet. So taking a look at this downtrend line that we see that's in effect here, we have a breakout on good volume. Above that, we've broken out of that downtrend. And if we kind of just zoom out a little bit, and we'll take a look at a 3-day chart, and again, let me zoom in a little bit on that because it's a long chart. Again, we have that that divergence in MACD here on these lower lows. So all in all, I think Sirius Satellite Radio looks pretty interesting. We'll take a look at the accumulation distribution indicators, and immediately what I'm seeing is a nice divergence in money stream. Look where money stream is here. It's actually higher over here, but price is actually lower over here. So we have a higher money stream reading on lower price. That's a positive divergence. That means there's more money flowing into the stock down here than there was up here. BOP looks good. On balance, volume looks good. And TSV over here is making new highs for, I don't know how long. Let's take a look how long. Since April. So all in all, Sirius Satellite Radio looks pretty darn good. So basically, to just recap, we're looking for something like this, a base that's broken out. Green volume, big volume days. We're looking for divergences in MACD. We're looking for as many indicators as we can find that are confirming one another and saying, you know, this is a strong looking stock. So all in all, right now, it's just a matter of looking for an entry. Here's my entry system I use. I'm about ready to run out of time, but the 10-day crossed the 22, maybe a pullback to the 10-day, and Sirius might be a buy. Thanks. That's it for tonight.